Jason, thanks for joining us again today.
Thank you.
So last year, I got a hold of one of the Luci base lights, which I think is one of the lights that's actually lighting you up there, just in the foreground. And it is a really cool product. But at the same time, as I asked to review one, you said to me, Rob, try the string lights. Just try them because they're good. And it was funny because I initially didn't get it, before I used them. But the second I used them, I instantly fell in love with them. And tell us a bit more about those and the version you've just got beside yourself as well.
Well, I confess I had the same reaction as yourself when I saw the first samples like a few years ago. It was a little bit like, not so sure about this. But since then, they've proved to be, an absolutely fantastic success for us. They really have, because they just work. They just really do. So, people haven't come across them before. What it is literally a unit inside of which, perhaps you can just see sort of furled away, is quite literally a long string of lights. So 3 meters long, 10 doubled up sets of LEDs, the idea of which you can sort of string around the interior of your tent or sort of outside your camper van like that, So rather than getting something which is sort of like that kind of spotlight, string lights, you can sort of string around above your head and you get a really nice surround light.
Yeah,
so it's much better to work with, isn't it? It really sort of knocks back the shadows.
Yeah, because that was the thing that struck me, actually, is that actually it gives you way more practical light and I think actually this might have been something that you said, Jason, was that it makes you less likely to knock over your glass of red wine because, of course...
less wine kicked over generally means a better night.
It's money well saved in the long term as well. It's an investment.
Great investment, yeah.
And the other thing that I really liked about these as well is because when you're camping, you don't always get, the ability to charge these things. And the solar panel as well worked, I thought, really effectively. It didn't take too much to basically keep them, topped up. I never ran out of power, which is quite a statement from a grey isle such as our own.
Yeah, they'll even pick up a charge on a cloudy day. Obviously, the sunnier it is, the quicker they'll charge up. Just depending which light you get, there's quite a few in the range. You can see a few behind me. Charge time is typically sort of 8 to 14 hours, something like that. And then you'll get anything between, just trying to remember, sort of 6 or even up to 48 hours of light with the very biggest one. The trick to using them, what you find is you'll typically use it camping in the summer, 2-3 hours at night. Great. When you get up in the morning, just leave it outside the tent. Go away, do your thing. It'll just sit there, pick up a charge, and it'll be ready to go again for the next evening. And that's the way to do it. Just sort of keep on top of it.
I felt like it was the little and often. You just keep it out. You pop it out as you go out. And there's obviously the clip that you can use on the outer of the base light. And with the strings, I think I just plonk them up against the side of my tent on the sunny side. And again, it's quite telling. We use them a lot during the evenings. And never once ran out of charge within 2 weeks of camping. So that's a statement.
Excellent. Yeah, with the bigger units and the strings that we're talking about, there is a USB port on them as well. So you can plug them in as you drive up to the Lake District and they'll easily charge up on the journey. And vice versa, you can use them as a power bank as well, actually. So you can recharge your phone. You can get a tablet going again. One time I even managed to get my laptop going again, just enough to send a critical email from a field near Durness. So that sort of saved the day. Handy, even in the UK they'll work.
And so I've got the white light version. The light version that you've got there is a coloured, and there's all sorts of jazziness within it, it looks.
That's it, yeah. So rather than just having a standard white light, you've got the option on, perhaps as I cycle through this, you get 6 pastel shades. So you can go for a little bit of moonlighting,
My daughter will love that.
Yeah, as well as something which is, you know, a sort of steady white light as well. So you've got practical illumination. So whether you need to just, you know, cook tea or, you know, set the mood according to
a disco,
or there, or yeah, go through it quickly. You can have a disco, and one of the modes as well, it will slowly, steadily cycle through all the different colours.
I say it's a really neat blend of like luxury and practicality is what I found. You know, from again, this is my perspective now as someone who's probably doing more car camping, was the reason why I went for the bigger base light and the string, was that, you know, I just charged them before I went, put them in, well, wherever I could possibly cram them within the spare space of my car. And then again, it just provided...
And the windshield's the best place.
It is, yeah.
It actually charges up as you're driving along.
Top tip. Well, thanks for taking us through those, Jason. They look, well, having used them, they look great. And the coloured strings look even better. So we'll give them a go before the spring is over.
Excellent. Cheers, Rob.
Cheers.